You can see we're in Playa Blanca. Big group of divers just coming out of the water. Another one going in. And we're a bit further up than we normally start in Playa Blanca on these videos, and I just thought I'd show you this little commercial centre here, which has this very cool pool you can do a tri-dive in and learn how to use the equipment. And right next door to the commercial centre there are some beautiful cactus gardens. You've got the restaurant El Argentino in there. And it's a pretty murky day again, unfortunately. You can see Los Lobos and Fuerteventura there, but there's a lot of cloud around. Pleasantly warm though. It's about 26 degrees down here. And the ocean's extremely calm, despite the fact that there is a bit of wind around. I've just had a meeting at the H10 Rubicon Palace, and I thought I'd walk along the promenade into town and shoot some video for you along the way. As we pass the front of the hotels along here. It's interesting that despite the cloud it's very glary, and this is classic sunburn weather, and I was talking to a couple just now whose two children got quite badly sunburned yesterday, their first day on the island, and because they looked up at the sky, as so many of us do, didn't think there was much direct sunlight because of the cloud. They clearly didn't put enough sun cream on them. And it is days like this where you tend to get burned because the UV is still very, very high despite the cloud. The hotels along here have certainly done a fantastic job with the planting along the front in this section. Last time I was here it didn't look anything like this. You can see a lot of new planting has gone in. Nice irrigation as well. So good job, the hotels here. The thing I don't understand about them, I've now walked past two, and you can see some of the facilities they've got. They look very nice, but not one of them has a QR code even, or a notice board just to say that this is the XYZ hotel and you can book it here via hotelwebsite.com or whatever. There's nothing really to entice people or encourage people who like the look of it from the beachside to find out more about the property in the future, which seems like a lost opportunity. I wouldn't like to see loads of advertising hoardings or anything like that, but perhaps a discreet plaque with a QR code on it would do the job. This section of coast is rugged and quite rocky, but we'll soon be coming to the first of the fabulous beaches of Playa Blanca. Looks like there's another boat bringing more divers across here, presumably from Marina Rubicon. Now, from memory, this is called Atlantic Gardens. Right on the front line. Unfortunately, they haven't chosen to, assuming they own this piece of land in front of it, they haven't chosen to develop it and plant it and so on. So you've just got this sort of big piece of pecan with a few weeds creeping up through it. A few nice Canarian palms there. But that's about it. It looks quite barren compared to what we were looking at before. Every now and then along these rocks you have little steps that you walk down to the ocean, have a swim, or get onto the rocks if you want to do some fishing on the rocks. I've probably passed 3 sets of these since we left the commercial centre at the start of this video, so look out for them. They're not that obvious, you've got to look for them, but they are there. This one is the Tim Fire Palace. These lovely plants and flowers at the front of it. We've arrived now at the first of those gorgeous beaches, Playa Flamingo. These lovelocks look a real mess, and the weight of them has brought that post down there. I thought it was a really cute idea when it first started, but it's just, well, they just look hideous now. Cheap multicoloured plastic everywhere you can see here, but the beach remains one of the most beautiful on the island. Lovely, lovely sheltered bay, golden sand. I think some people don't like the fact that there aren't sunbeds here anymore, but a lot of locals prefer it that way. They don't tend to use sunbeds. They prefer the beaches to be natural, as they call them. Great snorkeling around here, in and out of those breakwaters. Lots of fish you'll find on the edge there. Now, right at the side of Flamingo, you've got a whole heap of bars and restaurants in this commercial centre here. Going to need to dig my sunglasses out in a minute. The sun is definitely breaking through here. So far during my walk I've heard, I think it sounded like Russian, but could have been another Eastern European language. I've heard Italian, obviously English, and a bit of French. Yeah, more divers. Playa Blanca is becoming a bit of a diving mecca in recent years. If you go back a few years, it was all about Puerto del Carmen, with a little bit going on in the north at Charco del Palo. Playa Blanca wasn't that popular, but it is now. People doing a bit of rock pooling down there. Always good fun, that. And a fisherman out further on the rocks. This is the Iberostar Lanzarote Park. One of our favourite hotels. We tend to use it as a bit of a bolt hole if we haven't got time to get away elsewhere, in other words off the island. We'll quite often book a couple of nights down here and feel like we're on holiday but still on Lanzarote. Iberostar really focus on the quality of their gastronomy. So the food is excellent throughout, although we generally go out to eat while we're down here. The Iberostar has an adults only section, which we tend to go for, but there is also a family section, as you can see, and they've got like a chuck wagon for the kids to enjoy, and slides and climbing frames and stuff like that. And we've now got the concrete blocks which mark the new harbour. Well, I still think of it as the new harbour extension. It's probably not that new now. Hoving into view. I can see the Olsen ferries in at the moment. You can't miss that yellow top of the vessel. These bungalows here have been here as long as I can remember. It's called Club Puerto Chico, and they're right on the front line. The only thing I don't like is the fencing they put up. Glass would have been nice, but I suppose massively expensive because it's a pretty long frontage. But these are all classic Lanzarote bungalows with pergolas on the front, and they have put some signage up with a QR code. The Irish Oval, always massively popular, always packed with people sat outside when I walk past there. Big place, they're obviously doing good business. And upstairs, Popeye's Sports Bar. I remember going there for meetings maybe 25 years ago, so it's another long-standing business as well in this commercial centre, which is called Punta Limones. That's a name you'll see all over Spain in little bars and cafes, La Esquina. And Esquina means corner, so it's literally the corner bar or the corner restaurant. You can see where the marina's been expanded now, because that new section over there with the kind of larger catamarans and so on in it used to be the part of the sort of exit of the ferries, but that's now been cleared. And this port has been enlarged, the private marina or port, and enclosed even further, so it's very well protected from any weather. The Líneas Romero ferry's just coming in. That's the one that only does foot passengers. You can't take cars on that one. But it's quite an inexpensive way to get across the water to Coralejo. He's announcing his arrival. And that one actually docks in the marina part rather than on the ferry side, so it's sort of she navigates this quite tricky entrance into here, but seems to do it relatively comfortably. You can see the fenders coming down now.
Ese tiene 7 meses. Mira.
Busy down here now. We've got one more place I want to get to. So we've walked as far as the town now. relatively early still, about 12:15. Most people not eating their lunch yet, having pre-dinner drinks, pre-lunch drinks I should say. So I wanted to get here to film Casa Pedro, and Pedro has decided to retire. And the restaurant, which has been an institution here for many years, is closed down now. Good food, kind of well known for his and the staff's sort of grumpy demeanour. Not the best service on the island, but I don't know what's going to be happening to it in the future. I don't know whether he owns the freehold and will rent it out to someone, but we'll keep you posted. And we'll finish up with a final shot of the town beach. And all that remains is for me to thank you for watching and say bye for now from Playa Blanca.